And I'm back. Back again, fellas. Back again, ladies and gentlemen. You know that guy, Swaggy D, back in the place to be. I've been on about a 2 month hiatus from YouTube, because they've been trying to hold a motherfucker back, basically. My lighting kind of shitty today, but don't worry about it. I was supposed to do this in the daytime, but some fucking pussy came up. You know how that be. And so I'm doing it now. So, I was just telling you guys that this channel is still alive and well. So I mean, keep subscribing, keep sharing. Tell us guys what you think, what you guys want. I got a lot of stuff coming up for you guys. I got NBA talk. I got fantasy football talk coming up. Projections, drafts. I'm fucking dark as fuck today. I've been tanning good, I guess, but I'll take my fucking hat off. I got a lot of shit planned for you guys. I mean, I got fantasy football, I got baseball talk. It's almost about that time if you guys like baseball. I'm a baseball fan. Go White Sox. Fuck the Cardinals. Fuck the Cubs. So, I mean, I got a lot of things planned for you guys. I just need you guys to keep sharing, support, subscribe, share it. I mean, you guys can message me or JT or even Hitman himself and let us guys know what you think about the channel. We got a lot of shit planned for you guys. Got a couple of pro wrestlers. Well, one was former. He works with me now. Um, he's gonna come in and give you some insights about the wrestling world. I got this other guy, fucking amateur wrestler right now, and I think it's OIW, whatever the fucking Ohio wrestling thing is. I got a lot of shit planned for you guys. I got NBA free agency talking. I know my shit, so I'm here for you guys. Just make sure you keep liking, subscribe, support, share, all that shit, and I'll be here. But I wanted to get into real quick that the NBA free agency. Damn, I'm fucking dark today. Let me bring my lights together. On the NBA free agency, the talk, and what has been going down. I think so far that every team out west pretty much got better. I can't say any team out west has got worse. I didn't like that the Thunder didn't make any moves to get better, but we'll get into that later. I think the winner of this whole free agency is obviously fucking the San Antonio Spurs. Old man Pop, Freddy Krueger, as I like to call him, found the way to do it again. Um, he got fucking LaMarcus Aldridge there. He got David West there. He lost a few of the shooters. He lost Bellinelli. He got Ginobili and Tim to come back, which I mean everybody in the world knew they was coming back. So I mean, they pretty much fucking stole this free agency. David West is a big addition to them. Like he can come off the bench and play the 4 or 5, hit mid-range shots. I mean, everybody on their team is obviously a constant professional. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say any shit ESPN quote unquote says because they say it's the most obvious shit. But I mean, everybody on that team is easily a professional. I mean, great locker room guy. But everybody on that team wants to win, and I like how they're taking pay cuts, which David West, even though he gave up 11 million, which is fucking shocking to me. Like most athletes don't give up that type of money. He gave up 11 million and signed with the Spurs, which is fucking tremendous. It shows, the dedication to win. And I think they got him and Aldridge, so that team's fucking loaded, dude. I don't see any way they're not at least in the conference finals next year. I mean, the Western Conference. They have to be. I mean, I don't see any way. I was shocked. The most shocking one I was shocked about was the DeAndre Jordan situation. Um, him and Chris Paul, they obviously didn't get along. I actually told you guys this about 3 months ago that it was a situation with those two that I felt like DeAndre might have left, but I didn't think he was gonna leave. I was definitely calling this bluff. I thought it was probably like 70-30 he returns to LA. And he decided to go to Dallas, hometown kid, well, hometown state, whatever. I mean, nice addition for the Mavs. It would have been a better fit last year when they had Monte Ellis and Rondo. Even though Rondo was a piece of shit, but we'll get on that topic later. I like that piece they picked up, but they lost Monte, and if they could have just kept Monte this year, I could consider the Mavs as a top 4 team in the West. But they fucking guard play is pathetic right now. They got on Devin Harris and Wes Matthews, he's solid. Don't get me wrong. I'm a big Wes Matthews guy. I'm a big guy anywhere. If you come from like a place like Marquette, Michigan State, for some reason those guys always work harder than everybody else in the NBA. So I'm a big fan of those guys, but I don't like that addition to that team. They definitely should have kept Ellis. But it's a good pickup for Mark Cuban because it's a step in the right direction because lately they've been striking out on free agency. So for them to get a guy is real big for them. It's a big time move for them. DeAndre Jordan, I don't think he's a Mark Cuban said he was fucking baby Shaq, by the way, but he's nowhere near that. But oh, he's probably a better version of Tyson Chandler. Wish they had Tyson Chandler, but he's probably a better rim protector at this stage of his career. For the Clippers, they're fucked. They traded Matt Barnes and Spencer Halls after they got eliminated from the playoffs for Lance. I like the pickup of Lance. I am a big Lance Stevenson supporter. Been on my man's. I've been on this fucking bandwagon since like his 7th grade. So I thought he was gonna go to Duke and shit, but he ended up going to Cincinnati because of some trouble in high school and shit. I'm a big Lance Stevenson guy. I think that's a good fit. I think they got to trade Jamal Crawford though, because between him and Lance Stevenson, they're going to be jacking up a lot of shots. And I mean, it's a lot of production, maybe, but it's a lot of missed shots and not a lot of flow to the offense. So I don't like those two playing together. So I think they're going to ship Jamal. I would hate to see him go to Cleveland. I can see him going to a place like Miami, even though Miami got Justice Winslow now, and he's going to be a stud. They're gonna ship Jamal Crawford off somewhere. I like what the Clippers are doing. They got Paul Pierce too, which is a good pickup. But like I said, just like with Dallas, that's a pickup they should have got a year ago. If they would have had Paul Pierce a year ago, they could have easily been in the finals this year. You know, they just didn't have enough production from that small forward spot with Matt Barnes last year. But I like the pickup. Still got Blake. Blake is gonna have to play a lot more of the 5 and 4 unless because I still haven't heard about them getting a guy. I heard they was interested in Ryan Hollins, who they had on the team a few years ago. So we'll see what they do there. I mean, Dallas, Mark Cuban really fucked Doc Rivers. Like he made him his bitch pretty much because Mark Cuban, he could have easily did a sign and trade with DeAndre Jordan to the Mavs, and Tyson Chandler swapped him out to the Clippers. That would have been the best move for everyone, both parties. But Mark Cuban was like, "Fuck that," which is what he's supposed to do because he's that competition in that conference, and why get a team better? So I understand the move, and I appreciate that, Mark Cuban. Like enough of that fucking friendly shit. Fuck that. I think that's a good move though for fucking Dallas. For the Clippers, they got to find somebody to get. They got to find somebody who can protect the rim. They don't need anybody to fucking give you any production on offense. Just be able to store, protect the rim. Maybe find like a guy like Hassan Whiteside, just like a dude who just wants to rebound, block shots, fucking finish at the rim. That's all you need. They can probably try to get a guy from Houston. What's the guy's name? Capella. He's like a 21-year-old. I'll give up all my assets for him because right now that's all you need. You just need a guy who's a poor man's version of DeAndre Jordan, which DeAndre Jordan is not highly skilled on offense. So you just need somebody to come rebound, block shots, and give you a lot of energy and fucking alley hoops. So I figure with those 3 teams out the way, the Spurs, Mavs, and Clippers, we know where they're going on. I think the team that made the biggest splash in free agency, a lot of guys went back to the teams for some reason, which I found fucking lame because the salary cap is definitely going to go up and they're going to be missing out on money. But hey, that's their business. Got a text. Hold on, my bad. I just feel like the team that made the biggest splash in free agency to me was one fucking the Pacers. The Pacers made great strides in what they want to do. They got rid of Roy Hibbert. They got rid of David West contract. They got Paul George coming back. You got George Hill, who's solid. I'm not in love with George Hill at all. Not really in love with him, but he can hit threes and play defense. You got they just got Monte Ellis, which to me was like outside of like the top four in free agency, he was like the fucking best available out there. To me, Monte Ellis is a really really good player, and people just don't give him his due to me. They got him. They got the rookie Miles Turner, who I've been watching a lot of summer league. I'm a big summer league guy. I like to watch the rookies, see what they develop into. I got news for you people. Miles Turner, he's already better than Roy Hibbert. You can put that on the money. He will start for the Pacers, and he will produce more with the Pacers. He will get you 11 and 10. He'll get you about 4 blocks. He's incredibly long as shit. Like he has a long wingspan. He can protect the rim and he can run in the end. Roy Hibbert did those things, but last year and the last few years he couldn't run. He couldn't rim run, and that's the problem with the Pacers that he had to play at such a slower pace. But he was still really good at protecting the paint. But on Miles Turner, he's seriously fucking good, and he got a little range on his shot. He popped a few threes, I believe yesterday when I was watching him. I like his touch. He's not great in the post. He's all right. I mean, for what the NBA is right now, it's not a lot of good post players anyway. So he's really just a pick and roll player, ollie hoop catch, shit like that, rim run, block shots, give you energy and effort. Then they're supposedly playing on Paul George at the 4 more, and they're bringing Rodney Stuckey back. I really love what they did. Like they kept all the guys they needed to because they needed Stuckey to come back because they want to play at a faster pace. They kept all the guys they needed to, and they got their team better by adding that rookie Miles Turner. And then we're gonna stay in the Central Division. The Bulls are gonna have a touch this year, man. Fuck. The Bucks got better. I mean, they fucking bought in Greg Monroe. They kept all their guys. They core 4. They kept Chris Middleton, who I thought was probably like a top 10 free agent out there. He's a really, really good player. I mean, I compared him to Jimmy Butler, what he brings offensively and defensively. He's a nice two-way player. He's not great defensively, but he's good enough, and he has a long wingspan, and he's active. He's a really good mid-range shooter. He can create a shot off the dribble. They got Jabari. They got the Greek Freak, who I think he can explode to a star level this year, but it might be another year or so with him. They got Greg Monroe, who was probably, besides LaMarcus Aldridge, he's easily the best post player who was available on the market, like on the free agency market. He was the best post player. He has nice moves. So you can go over either shoulder, left hook, right hook, nice footwork, pretty decent free throw shooter. I'm not really sold on him as a center because it just feels like he doesn't block enough shots for me as a center, but we'll see how it work out because offensively the Bucks are going to be fucking really, really good. They got the perfect inside and out game. They picked up Vasquez too from what did Vasquez? Oh, Toronto. Fucking Toronto. They picked up him, which was a nice pickup because he can split minutes with Michael Carter Williams. I've never been a big fan of Michael Carter Williams. I like big point guards, but for some reason Michael Carter Williams just doesn't have it for me. He's not fast enough. He has a nice wingspan because he's 6'7", obviously, but maybe he can improve. Jason Kidd is like the point guard whisperer. Every point guard he touches turns out pretty solid. So maybe they can improve him a lot. I think the Bucks. I've been thinking about this a lot actually because I see that division getting 4 teams, and the Central. They got the Bucks, Cleveland, which we'll talk about them. The Bulls, which we'll talk about them. The Pacers and the Bucks are definitely locked to get in the playoffs next year. I don't know about anybody else right now, but those 4 teams are locked. Like they're getting in the playoffs regardless. And Speaking of playoffs, we're gonna go into Cleveland and talk about them. They're the defending Eastern Conference champs. If people want to say that, fucking Cleveland fans are the only people who say that. All of LeBron dick. They retained everybody. They picked up some nice pieces. They got Mo Williams, Kevin Love. They actually been making a lot of noise. They're on retained Shumpert for his defense. He got Kyrie coming back. They got better pretty much, which was weird because they really didn't need to get better. Like they retained Thompson. All they needed to do was retain their guys. That's what I thought. And they added Mo Williams. So that's a real nice pickup for him. Then they're trying to grab Jamal Crawford. So I mean, right now Cleveland's in a great place. LeBron, he opted out of his contract, so he can basically play GM this summer. And he did a great job at it. I'm not even gonna lie, like I can't even hate. He did a pretty fucking good job at being a GM this year. Well, this summer. Got Mozgov on the contract still at a nice deal. They're gonna be tough. Like, with Cleveland, I'm not completely sold on them like everybody else, but they're really, really a good team. And they got LeBron James, the best player in the world. They got Kyrie. The only problem I have with them is they have a lot of bigs that can play. And Kevin Love, he's good, but he doesn't play any defense. And when he's out there, like their defensive rating and defense officially is tremendously low compared to when Tristan Thompson's out there. Even with Kyrie, which you need Kyrie offense, obvious, but when Dick was out fucking on Bellanova, whatever you guys want to call him, when he was out there, the defensive rating was obviously higher because that's what he's known to do is play defense. I don't see Cleveland with a lot of good two-way players. That's my problem with them. And that's what I like about the Spurs because they have all two-way players, guys who can give you offense and defense without you subbing in and out. Because with Cleveland, they got a guy Shumpert. He's streaky. He's probably their best two-way player besides LeBron and Thompson. And Thompson's still a bit suspect on offense besides him grabbing rebounds. So they're an interesting team to watch to me. I just think with everything going for them right now, David Blatt, he will have to coach his ass off next year for them to win a championship because they have a lot of guys who just are one-way players. Like Shumpert, he's a known defender. He's not special on offense. He's a decent two-way player because he can shoot, but he's streaky. Kyrie is a bit bad on defense right now. Let's just call it how I see it. When he wants to play defense, he's all right. Kevin Love doesn't even know what defense is. Tristan Thompson is suspect on offense. Mozgov is actually one of their best two-way players. I thought Mozgov was probably their third or fourth most valuable player on that team because he can defend the rim. He can score pretty nicely. I mean, he's no Pau Gasol down there or Marc Gasol, but he's a pretty good offensive player. And you when you look at the team, you got LeBron, two-way players, LeBron, Mozgov, Shumpert. I mean, it's not a lot of two-way players on that team that are actually very valuable. But they got enough offensive and defensive players. So, like, David Blatt will have to coach his ass off and see what he can do with that squad. Last but not least, we're going to get back into the Central Division. The Chicago Bulls. Bullshit Bulls. They retained Jimmy Butler this year. It's rumors that Taj Gibson may be traded. They brought in a new coach and fired Coach Tibbs. I like all the moves they made for the most part. I thought they could have went and got I thought they still got time too. It's still free agency is still here. I thought they should have went and got a wing player like with J.R. Smith, Gerald Green to add to that like offensive firepower. Just somebody you can bring off the bench and say, hey, give me like 10 or 12 points. I mean, because all the Bulls' problem is right now is one, they play fucking Noah. Noah is trash right now. I can give you stats on my ass about how bad this guy is. He's shooting like 40% from the field. He's just fucking trash right now. Hopefully he can be better next year. They got Miracek, who I really like his game, like his feistiness. Um, he just got to improve. I mean, there's nothing wrong with what he does. He just got to improve and develop himself better on defense and play better defense. Maybe get in the weight room a little bit. They got Butler, who's outside of Paul George, he's probably the best two-way player in the league. Outside of Paul George and LeBron, when I come to think about it, as wings, obviously, as a wing, he's probably one of the best two-way players in the league. You got Rose. You never know with his legs and ankles and shit, but he looked really good to me in the playoffs. Besides the last game when he fucking said fuck it. I mean, when the Bulls was like fuck it, Cleveland's better than us. He played a really good postseason to me. Very aggressive. He's in his lift back in his legs. I think him and Butler just got they gotta take better shots to me. Because Butler does a lot of takes a lot of bailout shots, which I don't like that about Butler sometimes. I like when he goes to the rim. But other than that, I think the Bulls just got they gotta improve themselves and they gotta grab a wing. They have to grab a wing player like a Gerald Green, J.R. Smith. I mean, they can use a guy like that. Somebody like that just to come in and say, can you give me 10 points, 12 points off the bench? I like Tony Snell. I think he can be a good wing good two-way player in this league. I just think that he's got to improve themselves mainly. Like their individual games, and Noah got to give you something because he's not giving you anything. But other than that, I think the Bulls are perfectly fine. I think they'll get a 4 or 5 seed next year. I mean, honestly, they just got to improve their roster. They got to get 1 or 2 guys as a wing, and I think they'll be fine. Who the fuck? They drafted Bobby Portis, real good player out of Arkansas, a versatile offensive player. He can play the 4 and 5. He can dribble. This guy's legit. I hope Fred Hoiberg plays him this year because he's actually really fucking good. They got McDermott. I didn't understand why they brought Dunleavy back. I thought they was gonna go ahead and go with either McDermott or fucking Snell, which would make more sense because right now McDermott is pretty much buried on that bench, which I heard they're trying to make him play a little bit small ball for, but I don't see that working out too well for him. Other than that, the Bulls, I mean, they just gotta improve themselves. I hope Noah can somewhat be the same player he used to because right now he's trash. I mean, I hope Gasol doesn't catch Father Time here soon. Other than that, I think the Bulls are fine. I think the best team outside of Cleveland in the East right now, though, is in South Beach. Fucking Miami, they definitely improved their roster drastically. Speaking of drastically, they got drastically Dragic, DD. I mean, they got him. They got Whiteside. They got Bosch. They got Dang. They got Wade. They got fucking Winslow. They stole Winslow out the draft, which the fucking Knicks are fucking stupid. How the fuck do you let Justin Winslow go past you, and you pick up Chris Porzingis? I'm a big Chris Porzingis guy. Don't get me wrong. I like his game, but if you're the Knicks, you can't draft him. That's just fucking stupid. I mean, you got to be smarter than that, Phil Jackson. I mean, I've been a big Phil Jackson guy since day one. Never go against my mans at all, but that was just stupid. I don't get that. And then Philly fucked them over by picking up Jahlil Okafor. I mean, if I'm Philly, I mean, I don't know what Philly's doing, but I thought they was on draft point guard. But I mean, they took the best player available, but they fucked the Knicks over big time. I think who's else in that division with Miami? Oh, they're going away with divisions here. Stay tuned about that. And they'll probably begin a 16-team playoff where the conferences doesn't matter in about 2-3 years. So, but I think outside of Miami, I think Washington will still be there. That's a big loss that they lost with Paul Pierce. Washington also didn't get nobody in free agency. I think they got They got some small forward who wasn't that great, but they picked somebody up. They got my guy. Try to get him on the podcast. Actually, Otto Porter Jr. Fucking Cape Girardeau's fine. It's about 45 minutes away. Shout out to Otto. They got him. He's going to improve a lot. He's a really good player. Very talented. Still raw as fuck though. They still got the name, which I don't understand. I'm not in love with Gortat, but I understand why they got him. Wall, he has to improve his jump shot. The Wizards are right now. They're about They got Kelly Oubre though from Kansas, which was a good pickup. The Wizards are about 2 years away. When I look at their roster, they need to fill that forward spot, which I'm hoping, which I know they're hoping that Otto Porter can fill that spot for them, but he's still improving right now. So they just gotta take it day by day, I guess, and hope he improves in summer league. His skill set improves, and maybe they can get better. I was a big fucking Wizards fan. Thought they was on creep into the conference finals this year and give Cleveland at least challenge Cleveland. But that injury with Wall definitely hurted them in every way. But other than that, they got the Hawks in that division. Still not sold on Atlanta. Sorry, folks. I'm just not sold on them. I'm not buying that fucking Jeff T can be your best player shit and your team's gonna be successful. Shout out to Moose in the background too. Went to ROH about a month ago. We'll get into that later too. Oops. But I'm just not really sold on Atlanta. Just not. I like Kyle Korver. I like T. I'm not a big fan of Horford. He's all right. I like Millsap because he made himself a stretch mark for, and he used to just be a post player. The fact that they lost Carroll is really, really big for them, but they got Self-Alosha coming back, so Carroll got a max from fucking Toronto. That's ridiculous. He's not that great. My team Memphis had him, so I know he's not that good. But I think that team is definitely gonna be there, probably like a 6, 7, 8. I mean, because the Bucks made a lot of moves. And I think last but not least, the other playoff team that was in there that I think is going to make it is Toronto. Not in love with their team at all. I think they're just one of those teams that everybody thinks is good and is a contender is a contender, but they're really not a contender. They're a pretender. I think that's just their fate. DeRozan better get his shit together though, because if he doesn't get his shit together here soon, they're gonna trade him by the deadline because he's getting paid. I believe it's almost max money, or he's getting paid really, really nice, and he's not producing like what they thought. Like they might part ways with him here soon, so we'll find out about February actually, see what Toronto's doing. But I'll give you my list of Eastern Conference teams that I got 1 through 8. One, I guess I'll go starting first. One is the Cleveland Cavs. I think nothing's changing about that team. They're still going to play a lot of ISO ball. LeBron and Kevin Love still will have problems playing together because they're playing basically the same position. Kevin Love is like 6'9", 6'10". LeBron is 6'8", 6'9", basically playing power forward. He doesn't want to play small forward like that. He just doesn't like to bang with the big bodies down low. So that's going to be a problem. But they'll get it together because Kevin Love can stretch the court. It's not like he's playing with Tristan Thompson down there or something. I think number 2, this was a tough one because it really all depends on D Wade legs. But when I look at their roster, and this is just all season shit, so I can look at a roster and be like, hey, that's the second best team in the East. And when I look at that roster from like 1 through 7, I love it. Josh McRoberts is just 7th, 8th best player. You got I think they still got Haslam that's like maybe the 8th, 9th best player. You got Bosch who can stretch the court, decent post player. I mean, the Heat are fucking winning right now, dude. They got Justin Winslow. I mean, that team is fucking good. On paper, that team to me is easily the second best team in the East. Third, this might be a reach for people, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I'm a big Paul George supporter, big Paul George guy. I think he's probably a top 6, 7 player in the league. Like I just love his talent, everything about him, his demeanor. Um, I got him in the Pacers, my 13. 14, I got the steady but solid Bulls. The coaching change won't mean shit defensively. I think offensively it definitely help. I think they're gonna realize by fucking like January or February that Noah needs to be traded or he has to get out of here because he just doesn't fit Fred Hoiberg's system. And I think they'll replace him with Taj or even a rookie Bobby Portis or Miracek more than likely, and play basically more of a space court. Because with the Bulls, when they play Noah and Gasol together, their spacing is just not good enough. I mean, Noah, he's just a liability. Like he doesn't do anything. He can't shoot mid-range shots like he used to at least try to shoot them. He's not finishing at the rim, which really fucking hurts. Well, last year he wasn't. They got Pau Gasol who can still space the court with that 18-foot mid-range. Fucking really good on a block, great on a block. I think they'll bring Miracek in, take Noah out, space the court more. Miracek should work on this game as a three-point shooter. You still got Snell. You got fucking not in love with Dunleavy, but Dunleavy, McDermott, you got Butler, Rose. I think Rose is going to come back and have a strong top 10 player season next year. I think the Bulls will be where they want to be. The problem is I got them as my 4 seed, and they're probably going to play Cleveland in the second round, and they're not beating Cleveland. I just don't see the Bulls beating Cleveland unless they went Maricek at that 4 and Gasol at that 5. That's the only way I can see it. As my 5th team, I got the Bucks, and this team can go anywhere from 2 to 5. Because when I look at their roster and I look at that wingspan, you got Michael Carter Williams 6'6". Militon is at 6'8" shooting guard. You got the Greek Freak 6'11" small forward. Parker 6'9" power forward. Greg Monroe 6'11" center. When I look at that team, they will be the best defensive team in the league next year. And it won't even be close. Their steals will be up. Their fucking deflections. The shooting percentage against teams, like the team's shooting percentage against them will be fucking incredibly low. Like you won't be able to score on them. Their defense is going to be one of the best I've ever seen in my life. I'll go that far. Their offense might be struggling at times, but their defense, they're like the team of the future, dude. Like I never seen a team where they can put 5 guys out there with 6'5" and above. That's a lot of fucking passes, fucking deflected and stolen. Like they're gonna score a lot of points out there turnovers next year. And then they got Vasquez. He's 6'4" himself, so he can come in and irritate somebody and fucking get more steals. They got Jason Kidd. I mean, that team right now is just really fucking stacked. Honestly. Hold on, guys. But yeah, that team's fucking really stacked. And that's my 6th seed. I go on Washington by far. They're probably the 6th best team in the East. Didn't really add any pieces. Not in love with Nene and Gortat as the big man. Wallace will be a top 10 player easily next year like he was this year. I think he'd carry them, and they'd be jockeying position from that anywhere from 3 to 6 with the Pacers, Bulls, Bucks, and Wizards. And as my 17, I got the Atlanta Hawks. They still have that same system. They still have Bud. They still have a lot of players who can shoot threes and stretch the court. So they're still my 7th seed. I mean, it's not their fault that the East just got better this year. They did nothing wrong. They're playing lights out. Damn, shit good. Warriors interested in a signing trade next summer to acquire Kevin Durant. Fuck out of here. So apparently the Warriors interested in a signing trade for Kevin Durant. Fuck that. Who would they give up? Iguodala, Barnes. Stole it. It's my AC. I get guys the AC. It'd be fucking Toronto. They're not gonna do shit. DeRozan should be traded by fucking February. I don't expect a lot of that franchise. I'll go to the West. West. Dude, it's so hard. It's so rough out west. Let's think about this one. Hold on, guys. Like, share, subscribe, comment. My bad. So there's a lot of trade rumors going around and shit. I'm trying to give you guys the best of what I know, of my knowledge. In the West, I think see, Pop really doesn't play for the 1 seed, so but I think this year the Spurs would be the 1 seed, the best team in basketball, so they're probably a challenge for like 60-ish games at least. They'll challenge the Warriors record, probably get like 62. I think I got the Thunder as my 2 seed. KD and Westbrook. We're gonna do a feature tomorrow just about Russell Westbrook and how great this fucking player is. Him and Kevin Durant together are fucking scary. The league should be on notice. Like, Russell Westbrook is the most fearing player in the NBA by far. It's not even close. When people play him, they are scared. Like, this dude plays with such a passion and like a love for the game is crazy. And I'm doing a personal feature about this guy, so I'm getting my shit together. I think with fucking Durant, they should re-sign Kenner. It's not official yet, but I think that deal will get done. Kenner's are really solid in the post. Fucking the Jazz fucking tweaked again. And they're trying to trade Derek Favors. But Kenner, Ibaka, you can throw Roberson, Morrow, and there's your 2 guard, even Waiters. I think they're gonna re-sign him. Durant and Westbrook is a fucking scary 5. Their bench isn't that scary, but they got solid players on the bench. They got Augustine, solid pro, Kyle Singler, spacer. He's gonna shoot threes and space the court for you. They got fucking Perry Jones, who I thought was gonna be a fucking fantastic player. Kind of a bust right now, but we shall see. They got a lot of talent, dude. When you look at the fucking Thunder roster, you don't see any weaknesses. Like, I wanted that team to get a little better, but that roster is perfect. Like, that roster is pretty well put together for any team in the West. 3rd seed, I'm not a big fan of this team just because of the style of play they play, but you know, I realize that they're a good team. I go with the Warriors. They're still a really fucking good team out there. They just traded David Lee today, which was fucking made perfect sense for them guys because they didn't need him. And they got Draymond Green playing out of his mind. They still have a lot of talent on that roster. I think they're losing Justin Holiday, which is gonna hurt, but they still got a lot of wing players. They got the Splash Bros, Draymond Green. This is why I don't like the fucking Warriors. They shoot too many threes for me. I love the 3-point shot just like everybody else. They shoot too many threes for me. And I hate that they don't have a post presence. If they had a motherfucker like even DeAndre Jordan, just somebody gonna catch some oops and protect the rim, I would like them more, but I just don't. Like, you can't. The threes they shoot are sometimes so like fucking like bad shots, but they hit them. So I mean, I think the Warriors be the fucking 3rd seed for sure though, because the Clippers got worse. They still haven't figured out their fucking big man situation. At worst, I think at worst they probably pick up Ryan Hollins, who's not a fucking starting center. I'm still not sold on the Rockets because they got fucking Patrick Beverly as their point guard. I like Patrick Beverly. He's a real solid defender, but he's just not a good enough offensive scorer as a point guard to be a real threat in the West. So I got the Warriors as a third seed, defending champions. I think they'll win a lot of games next year. Steve Kerr is a terrific coach. You got the MVP, Steph Curry. Still doesn't think he's a real MVP because he plays around a lot of great talent. But who knows? Stay tuned. We'll see. We'll see what they bring. I mean, this is their year. Like if they beat the Spurs and say the Thunder, even the Clippers, if they beat them, that team is last year is the greatest team ever in basketball. If they can do that this year, because they basically bringing the same roster back, if they can do that this year, um, this team can be legit. So I mean, and they have fucking put their place in legacy. They pretty much be like the 94, 95 Rockets, to where you know this team was really fucking good, regardless of what haters like me say or anybody. So I just don't see it happen because I can't wait to fucking see in the playoffs. I can't wait to see it. A healthy Russell Westbrook go against Steph Curry. Russell Westbrook will take the heart out of that fucking dude. I like Steph Curry, but it's only one top dog in the West, baby, as a point guard, and that's Russell Westbrook, if you ask me. As my fucking, this is things where things get interesting. As the 4 seed, the Clippers, I just don't see them getting there unless they replace that big, which they could do. I mean, they have to make a few trades. Yeah, Lance too. I'm a big Lance guy. Chris Paul, Blake. I think they really needed DeAndre. So I'm gonna go with Houston as my 4 seed. I'm not in love with Houston. They're no threat to win the title. Fuck Houston. Like they're just the 4 seed because they're gonna play really good in a regular season. And James Harden is really good. And shout out to James Harden because he fucking Khloe Kardashian. Shout out to Khloe. You always get y'all the fucking Kardashians always fucking up somebody in the NBA. So don't be surprised if James Harden have a bad year. But he's still a great player, so he should do pretty good. As the 5th seed, the West is really fucking weak after like the top 3 teams. Um, wow, the East is fucking really good this year. People don't realize that. That just made me think about it. Like the East have 8 teams. They have 6 teams. No, I'll say 14 that can win the title. The West really only have 3 as of right now, as of today, because the Clippers don't have a big man. I got the Clippers as 5, obvious. They got a lot of talent on the wings. Lance, Chris Paul, Blake, JJ Redick, Paul Pierce. I don't see that team not getting a 5 seed. I see the 5 seed or higher for them. And hopefully they get a big. And after that, this is when the 6, 7, and 8 seeds get super weird. Like these fucking teams, they can go anywhere from like 6 to like 12 or 14. How many teams it is in the West? It's like 6 to 30, 6 to 15 or whatever. Like these teams got so bad. Like I'll say Dallas in there just because they're Dallas. As the 6 seed, Dirk, DeAndre, they still have no fucking point guard to speak of. I think their starting point guard right now is projected to be like fucking Devin Harris or JJ Barea. And that's just not good enough in the West when you're going against Westbrook, Paul, Curry, Lillard, fucking Rondo. So I got Dallas on there as the 6 seed. That's the 7 seed. If they get George Karl out of there, people don't realize how good this team can be. I've always been a huge fan of all these guys. Oh shit, my bad. No. My fucking 5th team. I have to read. I forgot my favorite team. My 5th team is the 4th team. I have to redo this a little bit. The 4th team is the Grizzlies. Zebo, Marc Gasol. They didn't really lose anybody. I think they're gonna not bring back. They're not bringing back Jeff Green. I hope not. He's fucking trash. Hopefully they can get another wing. They was talking about grabbing Joe Johnson. So that's my 4th team. The Clippers are my 5th. The fucking Mavs. They're the 6th. Am I forgetting anybody? No. The 7th, I got the Sacramento Kings. Just because I like their roster. I like their roster on paper. It's no legit reason why they should be in the top 8. But I just like their roster. I like Rondo. I'm a big Rondo guy. I like the way I just hate that he can't shoot, but I like the way he plays. I've been loving Rudy Gay since UConn. I love his size. He's pretty much a poor man's version of Kevin Durant. I love Marco Bellinelli. He's a top fucking. He's just as good as Wes Matthews to me on offense at least. You got DeMarcus Cousins, easily a top 3 big man in the league right now. Great post player, can dribble, shoot, pass, do everything. I forgot who the fuck they 4 is, but who fucking cares? It's somebody. Shit. It'd probably be Josh Smith. They're trying to sign him, but it don't matter. I mean, he's just another filler in there. I got them as my 7th seed, and my 8th seed is up for grabs. I don't have Portland in there from last year, so I'm gonna go at It's a toss up, honestly, but I want to say the Lakers because I'm fucking a Kobe fan from life, but that roster is at least a year or 2 away from making the playoffs. It's gonna be a team that people don't expect. I'm not really sold on the Pelicans, but I hear great things about Alvin and Gentry, so I give it to the Pelicans, and they do have the 3rd best player in the world, and Anthony Davis. But people, please don't sleep on fucking the Jazz or the T-Wolves this year. They should have pretty good seasons, so it should be interesting to see how it goes. It's gonna be a fun Western Conference for sure. Those are my predictions for the fucking NBA this upcoming year. Give me some questions, comments, like, subscribe, share, people. We really appreciate the support. We got great videos coming. I got a Russell Westbrook video coming soon. Just a tribute to him, Kobe. Even a breakdown of LeBron's greatness in game. We're trying to work together with Basketball Breakdown, see if we can get them in there, working together with some other YouTube groups around here. Like, subscribe, share to your friends. We have fucking wrestling. We got JT and Hitman coming hard here soon. ROH, WWE, New Japan. I mean, fantasy football. Everybody, tell your fucking friends, if you guys want the fantasy insight, come here. I mean, we're fucking big fantasy football heads. We follow that shit all year long, basically. Even fantasy basketball. I play fantasy baseball too. I mean, so just come here. We got the insights on everything. I got sources hitting me up all the time about shit. They got sources. Their sources ain't better than mine, though. Yeah, I mean, we just want to get more out there, expand a little bit. We're doing more than wrestling, basketball. We're doing fantasy football, baseball. We're doing life. I mean, we got a movie countdown, like the best top 10 sports movies coming up here soon. We're gonna get our list and like the fucking sales and shit together. Probably do like a top 10 rapper or groups. Got a lot of shit planned for you guys. I got a former wrestler coming here soon. We just got to get that set up for a good date. And hopefully we can get an auto porter on here soon. We got a lot of basketball players who want to just, tell them more about themselves to you guys. So if you guys got any questions, comments, I'm back. Swaggy D is back. YouTube cannot hold me down. I was on like a 2-month hiatus because these motherfuckers I was keeping it too real, basically. I'm back. You guys make sure you support you guys veterans. I know it was just July 4th here soon. Say thank you or whatnot. Be proud of the country you live in. Y'all stay safe. Y'all be good. Stay blessed. Swaggy D out.